I wanted to share with y'all something that just happened. I wanted to go through some of my things and just kind of check and see what I've got and make sure everything's okay. And my backup gear, I love to use Bics because they're inexpensive. You can kind of put them everywhere, and generally they don't leak. The fuel lasts for a long time compared to Zippos, which are definitely my favorite. But for inexpensive backups, Bics are great. But in this case, I grabbed this one and the flint just disintegrated into a little plume of dust. I've never had that happen. These are like 9 years old, 8 years old maybe. This one, I can't even turn. And then so I started going through other ones, and this one barely moved, but it did. So I kept doing that until it came loose. This one's this one's used more frequently. The good thing is I guess it's not completely useless because you can do this. So you can still use the fuel inside of there, but it's bad if you're expecting to only use that, and the flint's bad. And I mean, these are kind of old, so I don't know how long they tend to last. 8, 9 years, maybe 10 on the high end. Now my Zippos, I love Zippos. These are definitely my favorite, but you know, they're kind of expensive, and I don't want to admit how many I have. I like them a lot. And they always work as long as the fuel isn't evaporated. And they're just trustworthy. They're just awesome. So these are the ones I kind of like to keep on me if I'm going to maintain them with fuel. But if I'm not, there's this little insert. I'm sure y'all have seen them online. There's a lot of people that have done reviews on them. And I have a couple of these in the Zippos. For the ones that aren't going to be used very frequently, this is really good because I've not had one go out of fuel. And I've got this one's maybe about 2 years old, maybe 3 or so. So all you do, you just take out the insert, put this little guy in there, and you've got fire. And I think these are a great backup. I'll probably do a little more of these because of what just happened today. Even still, it's good to have Bics just kind of sitting around, but you definitely want to go through them every so often and just make sure they work. So with the Zippo, you can keep these as backup, fill them up at the bottom, and keep this here. I love these. These are just sentimental. I just love a flame like this. But you can change out the wick. I've had to do that on a few of them. They last a long time, but you can change the wicks out. I keep a couple of these around. The flint, you can get one of these, and these last for like forever. And I've had to go through a couple of the flints on some of the ones I use regularly, but they last a long time. But the beauty is you can do that. You can change it. Keep one of these around, put one of these in your emergency bag or bug out bags or whatever. Have one of these or two and fill it up. I don't know how long it'll last, but I feel like it would last, I don't want to say, but I feel like it would last years because I've got a couple that I haven't used in probably a couple of years, and they're still good. But yeah, maybe someone knows the answer to that. How long will this... If you know the answer to how long will this hold fuel before it starts to kind of seep out. I know these don't last that long, but that's okay. If I'm using it regularly, it's not a big deal. But these I kind of consider kind of like a pet or something, you know, just something to kind of maintain and keep up with. I don't smoke, but I do enjoy fire. I like fire, maybe a little too much. So I just like to have something like this. I just wanted to make this video to remind us we need to go through our lighters that we use or stash as a backup and make sure that they're working. And that's true to do with everything. You know, batteries, make sure they haven't leaked and stuff. But Bics, they are not a completely set it and forget it for a decade type of thing. We need to look through them and make sure they're working. And Zippos, I love Zippo. I totally recommend the Zippos because they're just, you can just keep them forever. And most people have a Zippo, and if you keep some of the backups like this, you can share them if someone really needs it. All right, that's that. If you have any opinions on which you prefer, the Bic or the Zippo, let me know. And if you know how long you can get this to hold on to fuel, definitely let me know. I'm curious about that. Thank you for watching and supporting the channel. I really appreciate it. Go check your lighters out real quick. Make sure they're working well. All right, bye.